This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Kidder-Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. I forgot how to do it on this day. It's been a while. It's been since 13. Yeah, I did one 4 days ago. What am I thinking? This is only the second one in 17 days. But the rule is, because I've done this for the past 3 years, is that I can't repeat everything. Regardless of that, this was huge and all of that. It's the 2023 Grey Cup. The Grey Cup that, as of this recording, is the last Grey Cup to be held. Of course, at the time of this taping, there is another one coming up for 2024 between the Argos and the Bombers, or Toronto and Winnipeg. But, obviously I don't know the result. So anyway, we're doing this Grey Cup because it is a little bit biased, because, it's the third Grey Cup that the Montreal Alouettes have had since my fandom in 1999. Regardless of that, it was between the Eastern champion Montreal Alouettes and the Western champion Winnipeg Blue Bombers at Tim Hortons Field in Hamilton, close to where I live. I even went to a game at Tim Hortons Field this year when the Ticats beat the Red Blacks. Regardless of this, yes, Montreal won the Grey Cup 2024, and this was the 12th time Hamilton has hosted the Grey Cup and all that. Hamilton hosted in 2021. However, because of COVID-19 orders by the province of Ontario, all in-person festivities were canceled. However, it was announced in October 2021 that Hamilton would get the Grey Cup for 2023, and that basically they would allow organizers to host a Grey Cup and plan the associated festivities. There were a lot of things and all that. So anyway, the Canadian national anthem was sung by Canada's Got Talent semifinalist Simone Sorman, making her the first blind singer to perform the anthem at the game. Green Day would perform at halftime. The American Dream is Killing Me, Basket Case, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and Holiday on Holiday. So anyway, it was the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, who were in their fourth consecutive Grey Cup against the Montreal Alouettes, who actually last went to the Grey Cup in 2010, winning the Grey Cup. But still, it was the longest active drought for a team to make the finals in a Grey Cup. Well, make the Grey Cup. This was the 19th time that the Alouettes franchise would make the Grey Cup. Now, the Alouettes been around since the 1930s. However, they had a hiatus between 1987 and 1995, as Montreal just couldn't support a CFL team. Fortunately for the Alouettes, the combination of the CFL's U.S. expansion experiment failing, and the fact that Baltimore was going to get the NFL back, thanks to the Cleveland Browns, they got their team back. Baltimore sold it to Jim Spaniels, who made the team come to Montreal, and so Montreal was getting the CFL back and the Alouettes sneaked back, and it worked. Winnipeg was in their 28th appearance in the title game, which actually led the league. Not Edmonton, not Toronto, but Winnipeg has that record. Montreal had won 7 championships in their franchise's history, and Winnipeg was looking for their 13th, including the fact that it would have been their third in 4 years. The Alouettes finished second in the East. They won 11 games, practically won every game against teams with losing records, and pretty much lost against teams that finished with winning records and all that. The Alouettes would put up a 5-game winning streak near the end of the year. They beat Ottawa near the end of the season to qualify for the playoffs. They would face Hamilton in the Eastern semifinal. Now in the CFL, you win your division, you get a bye into the conference to the division final, which you get to host. Second place would host third place in a one-game semifinal. That team would face the division champion. Now, of course, there is a rule in the CFL that if a fourth place team from the East or West is better than the third place team in the subsequent division, then they basically will cross over. It's never happened that a fourth place Eastern team has jumped to the West. There have been times the West has jumped to the East, but regardless of that. So the Alouettes crushed Hamilton 27-12. They would have to face the 16-2 Toronto Argonauts, and I was looking forward to hoping seeing the Alouettes beat the Argos and make Bill Lang cry. However, the Alouettes defense was great, forcing 9 turnovers. 9 turnovers. If you're a Ferris Bueller fan, you know the reference. But anyway, 9 times. So it was 4 interceptions, including 2 that went for pick sixes or touchdowns, 4 that were on turnover rundowns, and a fumble recovery. The Alouettes would win 38-17, and it was the largest Argonaut fan base at BMO Field, where they play now. But yeah, the Alouettes win 38-17. I would love to see that game. Now, 2024, the Alouettes subsequently hosted the Argos in the Eastern Final and didn't learn their lesson as turnovers deep in Toronto territory screwed them over and they lost by 2 points. Winnipeg had won 14 games in the 2023 regular season, and it was tough. They actually had to fight off BC for tops in the division, which they fortunately did. So anyway, the Bombers would face BC in the Western Final and put up 9 sacks, holding the Lions to just 1 puny touchdown. They won 24-13. So the Bombers would face the Alouettes, and they actually faced Montreal twice, beating Montreal 17-3 on Canada Day and in Montreal, and then on Winnipeg Field 47-17. So a lot of people practically said that Winnipeg was going to crush Montreal into fine powder. It was actually the 3rd time that these 2 teams would meet in the Grey Cup. I personally can't remember without cheating. No, sorry, this was the first Grey Cup. This was the 3rd postseason meeting. Montreal won the Eastern Final against Winnipeg in 2000 when Winnipeg was in the East. And in 2007, Winnipeg winning the semifinal over Montreal. So yeah, so that's what happened. So Montreal would be the designated home team, being the Eastern representative. And where were their blue jerseys? Bombers had to wear white. Anyway, Winnipeg did score first with a Sergio Castillo field goal, making it 3-0. Winnipeg got a touchdown on a Brady Oliveira touchdown run to make it 10-0. Austin Mack made a great catch, and then Montreal got a big rushing touchdown by William Stanback. And the Bombers were only up 10-7. In the second quarter, Winnipeg did get a quarterback sneak by Dakota Prokop to make it 17-7. And Winnipeg would win the first half 17-7. So after Green Day performed, Montreal received the kickoff. And Fajardo made a great pass to Austin Mack, who made a one-handed catch while being pulled down by his left arm by DeMar Houston. Nevertheless, Fajardo threw a touchdown to Cole Speaker, and it was now 17-14. The third quarter ended 17-14 for Winnipeg. In the fourth quarter, Fajardo was intercepted on a deep pass. Fortunately, though, Montreal forced Winnipeg to punt. And after a great run by Tyson Philpott to get to Winnipeg's 28, Fajardo threw the touchdown to Mack for a touchdown, and Montreal won the lead. Unfortunately, though, Winnipeg had a good kickoff return and marched on the field in 9 plays, with Prokop scoring a 4-yard run, and Winnipeg was up 24-21. Montreal would get their ball back at their 27 with a minute 55 left, and you'd be thinking, well, they need a touchdown to win and a field goal to tie, and they have to go 73 yards for the touchdown. Not so fast. The CFL is 110 yards, end zone to end zone. So they would have to go 83 yards for a touchdown to take the lead. They got to the center field line, and then Fajardo got sacked by Shane Gauthier. However, he ran a 13-yard play to make it 3rd and 5. And Coach Jason Moss told Fajardo to look for Speaker deep, and he did. He threw it. Speaker made the catch at the Winnipeg 19. Fajardo would then throw to Tyson Philpott for a touchdown, and the Alouettes were up 28-24 with 13 seconds left. Winnipeg was at their 42-yard line and had 8 seconds to score a touchdown. Unfortunately, they fumbled the chance, and the Alouettes won the game 28-24, a shocking Grey Cup win for the Alouettes. Shocked me, and I'm an Alouettes fan. Fajardo was named the Grey Cup MVP, and Tyson Philpott won the trophy for being the most valuable Canadian player. So Montreal won 28-24. Fajardo 21 for 26, 3 touchdowns and a pick, 290 yards. Zach Collaros for Winnipeg 19 for 23, 236 and an interception. Rushing stand back 68 yards. Bombers running Brady Oliver 119. Tyson Philpott. I forgot he was Canadian, but he's good. Great job by everyone, David Comte and all that. So they knew what to do and all that. So it was fun, and obviously fun for me being a Montreal Alouettes fan and sticking it to Bill and the Alouettes, and basically, saying I am a Grey Cup champ. The last time the Alouettes won the Grey Cup was 2010. I was working for Sellers, and you know the story. If you know the story of Sellers, you know why I'm referencing that. But yeah, it was just fun finally seeing my team make the Grey Cup, make the final, and pick Montreal for the Grey Cup. And I didn't regret it. I can't pick them for 2024 because they're not there. But of course, as I said, this is at the time of recording this, Winnipeg and Toronto have yet to play. Will the Bombers win and make me happy? Or will I be basically laughed at by Bill Lang at the end of things? We'll see. Anyway, I'm Jeff. I'm going to do